What's up, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Matt Stryker, and I am back with more of the Yankees Latest. Folks, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. I firmly believe that the work that we have done on this channel has finally bear fruit. Bore fruit? Bear fruit. Anyway, Cody Bellinger is a New York Yankee. We did it, folks. We did it. All the time we spent talking about all these options, all the time we spent talking about all these trades, and finally, this front office did exactly what it's supposed to do. I remember a couple of episodes ago, we were talking about how this front office amended its offer to Cody Bellinger, and now here are the fruits of the labor. There are a couple of opt-outs. The Yankees were able to do that. The Yankees were able to get 5 years. Not 6, not 7, not 8. Now, granted, the AAV is a nice number. There's also, as I understand it, a $20 million signing bonus. So that covers Boris's cost. That also covers the AAV if there's something in Bellinger where he wants to say, well, I want to make this much a year. Either way, the Yankee lineup is now complete. Now we can start to talk about, hey, what if Dominguez gives us something? What if Jones gives us something? All of this will now be gravy. I was prepared to sit here and talk to you about Eugenio Suarez, but I mean, my gosh. And funny, while I was looking up some Eugenio Suarez stats, do you know if you look up the top 10 guys with the most strikeouts in the last 100 years, do you know that Eugenio Suarez is number 10? Did you know that I think the single season record for strikeouts, and comment down below if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, is Mark Reynolds, 2009, 223 strikeouts. Do you know Eugenio Suarez's highest total strikeout in the season, 196? That means a guy like Eugenio Suarez is 27 strikeouts away from the single season most strikeouts by a batter in baseball in the last 100 years. That was the conversation I was prepared to have until I heard about the Cody Bellinger deal. I was prepared to look at the Yankee lineup with a Bellinger-sized hole. I was going to put Eugenio Suarez in there. Now, and that guy would have cost like $20 million a year, would have been a short deal. He's an older player, and we would have been right back where we started. But now that Cody Bellinger is here, none of this seems to matter. None of this seems to matter whatsoever. The next thing I was going to get into is maybe Marcell Ozuna is an intriguing bat, 35-year-old, three-time All-Star DH. All of it is moot. Ozuna's consistent near or at 40 home run season campaigns, all of that does not matter. Cody Bellinger provided a quarter of the Yankees' offense last year. There was no way we were going to replicate that, even with Eugenio Suarez or Marcell Ozuna. I was going to talk a little bit about Austin Hayes, who still might be a good get, but I'm just not so certain that now we really need to even talk about getting anything, because the Bellinger deal is 5 years. You can conceivably see an outfield of Bellinger, Jones, and Dominguez. You can see Aaron Judge as your designated hitter. Right now it's Giancarlo Stanton, but I've asked you 1,000 times, when does Giancarlo Stanton ever really play? So this whole Cody Bellinger thing is just tremendous. It just helps so much, and it changes everything now because the power rankings are out. And the Blue Jays were ranked as the best team in the American League. The Mariners were second. On some sites, it was the Red Sox, then it was the Yankees. Now there's no conversation. Now the Yankees and the Blue Jays had the same amount of wins last year. Yes, the Blue Jays have added some pitching and some other ancillary help, but there's no reason to believe that the Yankees won't be right there at this moment, because at the end of the day, this is what was needed, and we can talk about so many things, and now we can really start to talk about the teams that we're going to have to go through to get to the playoffs. So what do you say we start to have that conversation now? We can finally stop with the speculation and the, hey, what about this guy? Hey, what if we go sign Randall Grichuk and shoot him up with peptides? No more. Now we can focus on business. So Now that the Yankees have done something, it puts things into perspective now. I was going to talk about how some of the young players coming up in the American League, some of the prospects, could really put a wrench in things in the Yankees' playoff plans. I was pointing to the Detroit Tigers and this kid, Kevin McGonigal. He's been graded elite. His hit tool is peerless. He is both disciplined and aggressive, something that you don't see in a young hitter. He's direct to the baseball, knows what he can drive, and knows what he can pull. He's walked more than he struck out in his minor league career. And the reason I brought this up is because this kid profiles to be a multi-time batting champion. And a kid like this makes a lineup like Detroit, which I have said many times scares me not. A kid like this makes a team like Detroit viable, which is why I was pounding the table to maybe add Luis Arraez if we weren't going to get Cody Bellinger. So when a team like the Tigers get better, and a team like, the A's are getting better, and there's also honorable mention to in Texas, Sebastian Walcott, another kid, has power, has an arm. So when you have teams like Detroit and Texas readying their prospects and starting to poke their heads around, the playoff room gets incredibly crowded. It takes one team to overachieve, and for the Yankees to lose a few close games, and poof, you're now a wild card team at best. That is no longer the case. Cody Bellinger is a New York Yankees, ladies and gentlemen. He is a New York Yankee. Rejoice. Comment down below. Just do me a favor. Subscribe. For as many times as you're happy that Cody Bellinger is a Yankee, then give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment down below. Tell your friends, because honestly, in this day and age, where the voice of the people can move things. I'm not saying that Cashman and Hal were watching us each and every day, even though I like to think they are. Hi, guys, and thank you for your patience. I think as Yankee fans, we should all take a step back and thank our front office for how patient and pragmatic they've been, how realistic and practical they've been. In the face of an impending labor stoppage in 2027, this New York Yankee front office said, this is what we want. We will not overpay. They stayed disciplined as far as business goes. Anyone out there can take a lesson. Anyone out there can take a lesson in being patient here and knowing that the right deal will come to you. This is a fair deal for all sides. Everyone wins. And with the addition of Cody Bellinger to the 2026 New York Yankees, or the retention of Cody Bellinger for the 2026 season, now we can start to really look forward to Carlos Rodon coming through. Now we can really start to look forward to the rehabilitation of Garrett Cole, really start to look forward to the maturation and growth of the homegrown Yankees. Folks, we did it. Cody Bellinger is a New York Yankee. What's next? Well, that remains to be seen. It's a story for another time, perhaps next time, right here on the Yankees Latest.